Hey guys, Jodie here for another furniture painting tutorial, and in today's tutorial we will be making over this cute little bureau here behind me, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so when I got talking to some of you guys on my Instagram, I asked you what you wanted to see the most from these videos, and a lot of you just said for now you would like me to go back to basics a little bit and teach you some of the basics. So what I'm going to do then is, with this bureau, is I'm going to keep it quite simple today. We're going to do a really simple makeover with Dixie Belle silk paint, and I'm going to show it you from start to finish. So what I'm going to start with today is Dixie Belle's Pristine Clean. So this cleaner is a really heavy duty cleaner, and it will remove all of the dirt and old grime and varnish and things like that to make sure we have a nice foundation to paint on top. So I just have a little bit of water in this bucket here, and I'm literally just going to pour a little bit in. Make sure you wear gloves for this as well, because it is so irritant to your hands, and we want nice soft hands, not horrible heavy duty cleaned hands. All I'm going to do now is get rid of any residue. Grab a bucket, grab your water mister, whatever, and an old rag, and all I'm going to do is spray it down. Just literally just give it a really good spray down, just with plain water. Then just grab an old rag and just kind of wipe that water off, and that's it. That's how easy it is to clean your piece. But I'm going to do a little bit more prep today because I want this to be a nice smooth finish. The first time I tried to do a proper chatty video, and that wind is going like a hound in hell on those shutters. So I don't even know if that's a phrase. I'm sorry, I don't even know. Anyway, so I've got some silk paint here. This is from the Dixie Belle silk line, and I have a mini brush. So when you paint with silk, it has a built-in primer, so no need for any priming because it will stop bleed through, and also it's got a strong, tough, durable built-in top coat as well. So it's kind of no fuss. What I would say is, when you start painting with silk, is to use a synthetic brush, because this will minimise brush strokes. It doesn't need any water, you don't have to use any water with this, and also just make sure as you paint, use long brush strokes. Don't overwork it. I'm making it sound really hard, but it's not. I'm going to show you now. So dip your brush in and get a reasonable amount on your brush. You don't want it dripping, but you want quite a bit so that it's not, you don't want to be working in tiny sections all the time. And then just paint in long brush strokes. And the colour I'm using here is Conch. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if it isn't. And it's a really pretty soft pink. Okay, so I've left this to dry for 2 hours now, and I am now going to come in with a second coat. As you can see, it's still really good coverage, but I just want it to be absolutely perfect coverage, so I'm going to come in with a second coat of silk now.
Have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're going to be.
Silk is not the easiest thing in the world to sand if you're wanting a little bit of a distressed look, because it dries pretty much bomb-proof for the most part. But if you did want to sand it, then I just use one of these really light Dixie Belle sanding sponges, and before it's totally cured I just go in there and I just rub very gently around the edges. I'll show you.
Don't know who you're going to be.
So up next we're going to do a little bit of stencil action. So I have one of the new Dixie Belle stencils here, Mudcloth. Super cute patterns, and I'm going to put some of these on the drawer now with Dixie Belle's silk paint. Hang on, where's it gone? Dixie Belle silk paint saltwater, which is a nice bright white. And yeah, so I'm just going to add a little bit of extra character to this now.
Have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're going to be.
So for the inside of this piece, I'm just going to use Oyster again, which is what we used earlier with the Mudcloth Stencil, and I've got a fresh mini brush. So I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to paint all of the inside of this bureau white. Okay, so this is dried overnight, and I just want to show you guys just how scratch proof this is. So I'm going to show you how scratch proof it is after a day, but actually what I want to say is it can take up to 3 weeks to cure, so don't go there scratching your furniture just after a day. I'm just doing this for you guys now, so hang on, let me show you. Okay, so I can scratch that, and as you can see, it's totally scratch proof. So that's just how good this silk is. It has a really, really good built-in top coat. If you decide actually You would feel better if there was an extra coat on top of it, or you know it's going to be a super high traffic area that might just need a tiny little bit of extra protection. Then Silk does have a top coat called Extra Coat. And it's a semi-satin top coat, and it is mildew resistant, water resistant, you know, tough as nails and all of that lovely stuff. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Or you could put another top coat on from the Dixie Belle range if you have that as well. So thank you guys. I'm going to show you the finished look now, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below. Happy painting, bye bye.